and using your principles that you do on a daily basis. And I think sometimes we could get away from that, but we got to stay on that path because that's what was working for us these past couple of games. So and we just got to look back in the drawing board, watch film tomorrow, practice, and then get ready for Tuesday.
How tempted or no make pick and rolls? It seemed like he was coming in on those and really disrupting those for you.
Ooh, say again, sorry?
Coming in on the pick and rolls and helping.
He was kind of like in a drop coverage. I felt like we was able to. I mean, we worked on it all week. Just the way he played, kind of sometimes he was back, sometimes he was up to touch. But I think we did a good job of kind of just finding either ourselves for the game or finding a big man. And I think that prepared us in today's game. So I don't really think there was too much of a challenge or difficulty because we practiced it all week.
Did you say anything just to keep Ian set up after a tough shooting night for him?
Yeah, I mean, not gonna have every perfect game in the world. I mean, this basketball happens, and Ian's a prolific scorer, and he's been playing well all season. So, just tell him to keep his head up, stay in the moment. Like, one bad game doesn't define you, and he's gonna be fine because he's a confident kid. He's a scorer, so. I'm not too worried about his bad off shooting night. A lot of great players have off shooting nights, so he'll be good though. That's what I told him.
You all put together like a 40-minute game, as you all said, the other night. Shocking that it came down to this today.
Yeah, I mean it's tough, especially when you kind of just. I mean it's kind of an ugly game in terms of like our second half, especially kind of just back and forth of trading baskets a little bit, and then we were able to execute our offensive play. That we drew up for Seth to get a foul, and kind of just made a tough shot at the end. So, but I don't think that tough shot makes up the game. There's a lot of plays that we didn't execute well, especially offensively and defensively, that led up to that play.
You've gone over to Winston Salem before in your career here, so what's it going to take? What's the mindset going to be for the next couple of days here, preparing for Wake Forest?
I mean, it's going to take all 15 guys of us. Wake Forest is a really good team. It's a tough environment to play there, and we have to go with a mindset of just, winning on the road is hard, and playing in those type of environments is hard, but you have to go with the mindset of just being gritty and doing whatever it takes to win, and that's where I'm going to preach to them all week because Wake Forest is a really good team, and I'm looking forward to a really good game. So we just got to look back on this game, see what we did right, see what we did wrong, and then use that as a way to get better for Tuesday night.
For most of the game, particularly your scoring and distributing, it seemed like you were in as much of an offensive groove as you've been in recent games. Is that how you saw that, and what worked well for you?
I think I was just kind of just in a rhythm, and I wasn't thinking too much. I feel like sometimes I've been, as of recent, kind of just overthinking everything while I'm on the court, whether I should shoot, whether I should pass, and kind of just that's taking away the flow of my actual game because now I'm overthinking every single play. And I think tonight I kind of just let my mind just be free and kind of just go out there and just play like I know how to play. And I just basically just did what the game called for. What I was shooting open shots, finding my teammates, which I think I did a good job of, and kind of just playing free. I think I did that today.
And the last play was meant to go to gear wash. Is that right?
Yeah, it was kind of just like a back screen, and then just lob it over the top to Wash, and then kind of just finish around the rim. So yeah.
RJ, sorry if you guys this already, but you guys had the 5-point lead. I think it was 61-66. Later in that second half, what do you think was the difference that kind of kept you guys from having to?
I'll probably say we just kind of just took our foot off the gas a little bit. We weren't our attention to detail wasn't there, and that allowed Stanford to kind of just get into a rhythm and make their run. And there was a couple of times where it was kind of just exchanging baskets for baskets, and it just wasn't like any force on the defensive end that usually is there. And obviously, little plays lead up to big plays like that, like the tough step back shot that he made. But there was a lot of plays in between, I want to say, the last 2 minutes that we were capable of making that we just didn't do tonight.
How disappointing is it that didn't happen, especially on the defensive end for you guys down the stretch? Considering the urgency here.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's disappointing because we've been on a stretch of playing really good defense, and our approach into the games have been a lot better. Our communication has been a lot better, and for it to kind of just take a step back a little bit tonight, it's a little bit disappointing. But I know we could get back to that. We just got to understand that we got to take it one game at a time, but understand we got to take it like each game matters. And that's like the big thing.
So I guess the message here is don't let one loss become two or three.
You just don't let it like hinder over into the other games, right? We still got a lot of games left, still got a lot of games to play, so regroup. You know, this is a tough one to kind of just sit back and understand that like we have to take it one game at a time. We got Tuesday night to get better, the opportunity to get better against a really good Wake Forest team, and then we'll go on to the next game. So obviously it sucks to lose tonight, but understand that we got another game in 2-3 days, so we got to regroup.
Do you guys talk about
Stanford went into that zone at one point in the second half. Do you feel that threw you guys off the rhythm at all? I know you did get some open looks from that, but did you feel that kind of threw off the rhythm on offense?
It just, I think sometimes they went from man to zone and then zone back to man. It was kind of just a lethargic way defensively, but it was effective for them. I know I turned the ball over on kind of say like with a minute 15 seconds left, so that was on me. But we just got to kind of just do a better job of noticing what defenses they're in, but getting good shots. I think we had a lot of good shots around the perimeter. We were able to drive the gaps. Just sometimes shots didn't fall, but it was really the defensive end that stuck out for me.
Do you guys talk about the net rankings, and obviously this is a quad 3 game, and how damaging losing a game like this is?
Well, how I try to tell them, and like obviously I'm not really too informed on like the quads and the nets, but I do know I know the net rankings in terms of that. So I kind of just told them like we need every game, like in terms of kind of just staying on our path and putting ourselves in a good position for March, and just take it one game at a time. Because I know what it looks like. I've been there in my junior year where I didn't make it at all. So and I kind of want to avoid that again. So kind of just understand our sense of urgency, but just take it one game at a time. Like you're not going to win all, I don't know how many games we have left, maybe like all 12 games in one day. So just understand that there's a sense of urgency, but sense of focus as well.
RJ, you've been in multiple one-possession games throughout the course of the season. Did anything feel different in kind of the stretch of this game compared to some of those earlier in the season?
No, I mean, I felt like all the one-possession games, they all felt similar because we're all either one basket or one stop away from winning the game. Just dated back all the way to Kansas. And it's kind of like the same cycle, so I'm familiar with it. I feel like I've been like in 1,000 of them since I've been here. So it's more about our attention.